PCS is a programme that is looking at a cultural change in attitude and behaviour so that every child has a positive experience in sport. That's what we want, whether it's them on a pathway to professional sport or whether it's purely for their enjoyment and recreational use. We want it to be positive. We have horrendous dropouts of young children playing sport through one reason or another, through pressure to win, through coaches having that win-at-all-cost mentality, through negative environment and sideline behaviour, and children are dropping out. So we want to change that by changing attitudes and behaviour.
So that's one of the great things about Positive Coaching Scotland, is what it does is it really wraps up in a package some of the great practice that's already going on in clubs. But it also recognises that there's areas of weakness and there's areas where we're perhaps not as good, and it keeps it in that same package. So yeah, there are clubs out there that are already doing a lot of the things that we go in and we talk about in workshops, things like buddy systems. You know, there's clubs that already have buddy systems in place, implement them very effectively, and all we're doing is coming in and confirming that that's really good practice, and other people can learn from that behaviour. In terms of, is it easy to convince clubs that this is the right way to go? Absolutely. Some of the club engagement that we've done, really easy for clubs to pick up on the message and to decide this is something that we want to be a part of and we can put our name to.
We have various classes running throughout the week, and we have pre-beginner and fun classes that are specifically for children who don't want the competition level, and you know, they come maybe once a week for an hour. Everybody starts off there, and then you quickly get to know the kids who have that sort of competitive edge even within a class situation. So we usually give those kids the opportunity to start coming along to the competition classes, which are on 3 times a week. You know, it's definitely not all about the winning. It's about personal achievement, doing their best, being awarded for doing their best. It's not just the kid who comes back with the first place. We do a 3-tier award system, and we do that on a weekly basis, and then we also do it after every competition, where children are awarded for effort, participation, and that's not necessarily linked to results. We also do awards for long service athletes. They get something after they've been there for a year, then 5 years, 10 years, and it goes on.
Taught it from very early on, like say for example, if somebody else got the place you were wanting, we've always been told to clap, like just good manners, clap and say well done and give them a cuddle, and it's just all things you could use when we're finished twirling, and just all things in life.
Yeah, she really teaches, it's really ingrained in the younger ones, and then you just develop more as yourself as you get older, so it just becomes more and more natural to you.
When I have a new athlete come into the club, I like to introduce that athlete. Mostly it is younger kids that start off, and the younger kids, we like to sit in a circle and we say our name and introduce ourselves, and we tell a little story about baton twirling and what the baton's for, and we like to make friendships right from the start. I would like to think that what they're taking away from competition is that they've achieved something, whatever goal that's set and whatever routine they're performing. If they've done a good performance and come away feeling happy about themselves, and they've achieved something there.
Well, Anita tells them, she reminds us every time, so that if we so that we don't break any rules or anything, and we've got to respect each other at competitions.
Well, if we don't behave ourselves, Anita would be brought in to speak to, so it's quite important.
If everybody didn't respect the rules, then it just kind of look silly and there'd be no point. It wouldn't be as fun as what it is without the rules.
And when we have the rules, it's better because there's a lot of other people there as well, so it's easier to get on with them.
Well, for competitions, As a judge myself, we complete score sheets when the girls are taking part in competitions. We try and aim this on positive aspects of their routines that they're doing. So we try and really encourage and praise what we've seen on the floor, but also we're looking at technique as well, and anything they need to improve. We mention that in the score sheets just so that they can work towards improving the routines as well. I personally do speak to the parents regarding our competitive athletes. We have meetings regularly, so I just discuss with parents that it's really important that we encourage them to do their best and give them as much positive feedback as possible. But I also ask the parents to try and encourage their children to practice things that have been put to them. If the child or the parent is unsure what is meant by what I want them to practice, then I do tell them to come to me and I'll explain to either the parent or the child what they need to be doing. At competitions, everyone's really supportive of each other. All the clubs within the area all try and encourage each other and support each other. Obviously, if a child does go on the floor and they have like a bad routine, which sometimes happens just on the day, then the other girls do try and support them, comfort them, and just keep them going, keep their spirits up. Obviously, after the competition, if they come to me and they feel themselves that they've not done the best to their ability, then we look at what went wrong in the routine and we try and discuss that between ourselves and work on what's needing worked on. I think it's really important to get the message across that although everybody wants to be the winning team and everybody wants to win and do the best, then you've still got to support others within other clubs. A lot of the girls within the region, they're friends anyway, so they know each other from school and other dance groups that go on as well. So it's really important that they make sure that although they're supporting their own club, that's also there to make everybody feel comfortable and confident when they're going on the floor.
Responsibility is a big one, just being responsible for younger athletes and taking care of them and helping teach them and getting them to learn things is something I never would have gained through school.
I also think that working as a team, like learning how to work together, you do a bit of that at school, but I've learned all my skills at twirling and teamwork, definitely.
So what PCS tries to do is look at the holistic development of children through sport. Yes, let's train them up to win, give them all the physical skills, but we need to develop life skills that will support that, will help them meet the challenges that come up in sport, but also in the rest of their lives. Things like being resilient, being determined, having good communication skills, and actually being able to reach their potential. As I say, be it a medal performance or be it just, I enjoy my sport.